Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Carrie Konyha, and thank you so much for joining me today as we take a look at the astrological energies happening around this Saturday's full moon happening in the sign of Libra at 11:54 a.m. Pacific time. So please make a time adjustment for your location in the world. And here's what we've got going on this week. First, we have the sun in the sign of Aries, which is opposing the full moon in the sign of Libra. Aries is all about our self-expression, our self-identity. It's very I-oriented, very me-oriented, where Libra is relationship-oriented. And it's all about wanting to facilitate or create or contribute to harmony within relationships. So we have this awareness happening between me and what do I need for my own fulfillment and empowerment with my own self-identity and self-expression, and what are the needs of the relationships in my life, and how can I contribute to harmonizing energies within those relationships, and how can I experience harmony within my relationships. Now, these relationships that we're talking about don't have to be just romantic relationships. They can be relationships with coworkers, bosses, friends, family, so on and so forth. You could take a look at your own personal chart to see where the full moon in Libra is happening in your chart to get a better idea as to exactly how that's going to impact you. The other thing that I want to say about this is that both the sun and the moon are squaring Pluto, which is the planet of transformation. So more than likely, many of us are already feeling this energy. I know I certainly am in my life. The square that Pluto is making with both the sun and the moon is sure to bring about, to activate, to implement an energy of transformation that's connected to relationships in our lives. So there could be some challenge energies coming up this week, but the best thing to do with these challenge energies is to ask yourself how you can harness the power of transformation that Pluto brings in ways that support your own fulfillment in your own individual life and supports harmony with the relationships that are important to you in your life. Now, we do also have still several planets in the sign of Pisces. We have Venus and Mars, Jupiter and Neptune, all in the sign of Pisces. Now, this Neptune-Jupiter conjunction that was exact a few days ago is still playing out as we're coming into this full moon. This particular conjunction astrologically between Jupiter and Neptune supports us all in activating, energizing what feels like new goals, new dreams in our lives. It's us expanding into a new dream of reality. Shamanically speaking, it's us feeling inspired to dream a new dream, manifesting a new timeline, a new reality, a new trajectory, so to speak. While Venus in Pisces supports us all in doing so within a sense of clear alignment with our higher self. So for those of us who might be experiencing more of the challenge aspect of these energies that are happening this week, know that we have the power of Venus in Pisces supporting us in being able to access our truer soul essence, our higher self, so that we can move forward harmoniously, peacefully, in alignment with what the guidance of our higher self is taking us. I feel that the best resource that we have available to us this week is this, really leaning into this Piscean nurturing energy of self-love and self-worth to support us all in navigating through these energies in ways that are conscious, in ways that are liberating, in ways that are soulful, friendly, kind, harmonious, and peaceful. So know that you have that energy to tap into. The energies this week are really activating powerful karmic evolution, especially regarding soul contracts that we have with relationships in our life, particular relationships. Ask yourself, what relationships in my life feel to be being maybe a little bit more in my awareness this week? Do I have a sense of where maybe there needs to be some type of shift happening in any type of relationship? Again, whether it's a friend, family, coworker, significant other, boss, neighbor, what have you. Be aware of how this is coming up for you. Ask yourself, what do I need in this situation? And how can I show up for myself in expressing my needs in ways that are kind and loving, peaceful? And how might that be able to contribute to a renewal of harmonization within this particular relationship? Now, Venus is making a sextile aspect to both Mercury and Uranus. Mercury is the planet that's connected to thinking and communication, where Uranus is cosmic awareness. And so the sextile that Venus is making to Mercury and Uranus in Taurus is supporting new developments through communication and new perspectives. So communication seems to be another key component that we have available to us to work with as a tool in achieving a renewed balance or harmony in our life this week. All of these energies that are shining in now over the course of the next few days and up through the next week are establishing the very energetic patterns that are going to be fully activating as we are approaching this solar eclipse that we have on April 30th with the new moon, which of course we're going to talk a lot more about that in 2 weeks from now when that eclipse is rolling in. And so now let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. And I'm working with a tarot spread here today that's going to really weave in the key themes that are connected with the energies around this full moon in Libra. So let's go ahead and take a look. The first card that we're going to look at is going to give us a symbolic representation of the energy of this full moon. Awesome. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is the energy of lavish abundance, sharingness, fruitfulness, splendor energy. So what this tells me is that even though many of us might be feeling some challenge energy this week with the sun opposing the full moon in Libra, if we work through whatever challenges might be showing up consciously, then not only can we come up with resolutions, but we can shift into those higher frequencies, higher octaves of energies and how we're interacting with one another. So when challenges arise, there's always the seed of new growth that's present within those challenges. And this week, the way for us to really be able to germinate that seed of new growth is very, very connected to honoring our self-love, our self-nurturing, our self-worth, and communicating clearly. And that clear communication begins with ourselves. Being clear with yourself about what you really need, how you really feel. Be willing to tell yourself the core truth about these things. What do I really need in my life? What do I really feel compelled towards? What is my soul truthfully questing for right now? So taking a look at the card here, the suit of Pentacles in general is all about earth energy. So it does offer a stabilizing factor. The 10 in the tarot brings us into a transitional time, just as we're talking about with these energies that are shining in this week. 10 is like the integration phase that happens while one cycle of experience is being brought to completion and a new cycle of experience is about to begin. And this energy is leading up to that solar eclipse that we're having on April 30th, as I've talked about. But when you look at the card closely, you can see a very lavish, lush, sort of castle-like home environment. There's some pets, there's people there just enjoying the goodness and richness of life. And this is the energy that we all have the ability to access, to embrace, to experience, and enjoy. All we have to do is remain true to ourselves. Let's see what else wants to come up. Let's take a look at something to release. Now, one of the benefits of Venus in Pisces is not only is it supporting us in really being able to tap into our higher self right now and be guided by that, but it's also enabling us or supporting us in forgiving what needs to be forgiven and or releasing or letting go of whatever we need to release in order to grow. So having said that, let's take a deeper look into the tarot around something to release. The Chariot card showing up reversed. The Chariot card, when it shows up right side up, is an energy of courage and moving forward. It represents journeying forward and moving into new experiences. Now, when this card comes up reversed, on one level, it can mean that that journeying is inward. But as we're talking about what needs to be released, I'm really getting that the message here is releasing reluctance to journey forward, right? Releasing any uncertainty that we have, especially with all of the yellow that you can see in this card, which relates to the solar plexus chakra. The higher expression of the solar plexus chakra is connected to empowerment regarding our enthusiasms. It's being empowered in our leadership and making decisions and moving forward in life. So in the reverse position, as it's showing up in what we can release, it feels like letting go of the lower octave expression of things connected to the solar plexus chakra, which is uncertainty, reluctancy, disempowerment, unsureness. So letting go of fear of change, letting go, releasing fear of moving forward is a strong power energy that we can harness this week that will support us in rising into the development of whatever it is that you're wanting to dream into being. This whole idea of what we're dreaming into being has been a big theme throughout the whole year so far. And right now with the astrology, we're at sort of the apex where the manifestation energies are kicking in, which is going to mean ultimately being willing to make some changes and take some actions in alignment with those things. So let's go ahead and take a look at how can we collectively create space for new growth in our life? How can we create space for new growth? Okay, I feel like it wants to be this one. The Eight of Wands is coming up. The Eight of Wands is the energy of momentum. And it does indicate forward movement, expansion, growth. Sometimes literal travel is indicated here as well. So as we're looking at this card in regard to how we can create space for new growth, be willing to be in your adventurous self, be willing to be open to new opportunities, be willing to explore new directions in your life. A sacred wisdom teaching is coming to mind now that says our future does not necessarily have to be determined by our past. We don't have to carry our past into our future with us. And I feel that this is very much connected to the energy that's showing up in this card right now. How can we create space for new growth? Don't bring the baggage of your past into your present, and then it won't be in your future, right? So let yourself really have a freshness of energy about you, taking time through meditation or whatever your personal growth practices are that help you to feel really solidly anchored into your true soul nature, your true identity, your true enthusiasms, and let that be what inspires your right now. Allow yourself to clear the air in your life of anything that has been heavy energies from the past, and allow yourself to sprout forward now or up now with a freshness of aliveness, of new energies, new beginnings. Okay, let's take a look at what is the energy that's setting the tone for our growth right now. The Seven of Swords. So again, we have a lot of yellow. We had a lot of yellow in this card as well, and even in the 10 of Pentacles, gold yellows, solar plexus. So what's setting the energetic tone for growth right now is us discerning, discovering tactful, diplomatic, or even strategic ways of moving through what might feel like obstacles, setbacks, hurdles, or challenges to overcome in your life right now. So an important aspect that comes through with the messages in this card is all about integrity. Yes, we want to use tact. Yes, we want to be diplomatic. Yes, we want to be strategic, but we want to do that within the parameters of being in integrity. This isn't about being secretive or deceitful or anything like that. So again, as this relates to the energies that are setting the tone for growth, it's really important for us all collectively, individually, to be in our integrity. That means living in alignment with true alignment with what we know that our values are, and not compromising that. The last card that we're going to look at today is around what's a new paradigm? What's a new paradigm that I'm tapping into for myself right now with these energies shining in? I was intending on just pulling one card, but honestly, I'm really feeling like both of these cards want to come up, so I'm going to read both of them together as a message around a new paradigm that we're shifting into now. And what's coming up is the Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups reversed. So these Cups cards are really connected to that Piscean and the Venus energy that's shining in right now, because it has to do with our sensing, feeling bodies and our emotional bodies. It also has to do with our intuition. So new paradigm, I feel, is connected to, like when I'm looking at this Four of Cups, the teaching or the message in the Four of Cups here is about recognizing the blessings from Spirit in life, rather than being so focused on what maybe feels like discouragement. If you look at the figure in this card, you can see that their body language is folded and a little bit closed down. Their head is bowed down a little bit. They're looking down at the cups, but they seem to be discouraged, as if they're focusing on what doesn't feel right, what doesn't feel fair, and they're neglecting to see this gift of Spirit, this extra cup that's here. So the message in this card becomes about remembering to look for the blessings. Let your perspective, your point of view, be on what's good, what's aligned, what's light, what's expanded, where there's blessings. Rather than being pessimistic, we want to be optimistic. And then we combine that with this Nine of Cups reversed. When the Nine of Cups comes up by itself, in the tarot, sometimes it's called the wish card. When this card comes up, it means that we are vibrationally now in alignment with whatever our deepest goals and dreams are. But when it comes up reversed, it can talk about needing to do a little bit of work on the frequency level, the energy level, and being in alignment. So when I'm looking at these cards together, I'm reminded of this teaching about the law of attraction and how we can't manifest what our deepest dreams are when we're embodying the energy that's connected to not right now having it. So if we feel discouraged about a particular goal or ambition or dream not yet being manifested, when we're embodying that discouragement, and the example I'm using here, there's no way that that's going to contribute to manifesting what you're intending. You have to be in an elevated energy of excitement and enthusiasm that what you're intending on experiencing or manifesting is in fact on its way to you. In order to be in vibrational alignment with what we intend, what we desire to experience, we have to hold that vibrational frequency within ourselves, within the now. We can't be pissed off about something that we don't have yet and expect it to manifest. We have to be in a harmonious state of being that is aligned with that in order for it to pop into physical manifestation. So it feels like the new paradigm for us to tap into, which really isn't a new paradigm, but maybe something that can be renewed. And our mental radar, so to speak, is remembering we have to be the energy that we seek to experience in the world. We have to bring that energy to the world in order for it to be shown back to us. So, for example, cliche, if you would like a peaceful environment, you have to be willing to be an embodiment of peace within yourself and to be willing to radiate peace from within you. Feels like that's a good note to end on today, so I'm going to leave us all with that. I so appreciate your likes, your comments, your shares. Thank you so much. All my love to you guys. I'm all transitioned into my new home now, still settling in, but you can expect me to be getting back on track with my weekly Collective Awakening series here and additional videos right around the corner. So stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. All my love, guys. Blessings. Namaste.